Hello, everybody. It's Shawana Intara Zim from YourSacredTransformation.com. Today is day 333 out of 366 days to transform all fears back into love. Wow, we are really getting down here. 33 days left if my math is correct. I think I'm correct. Today's topic is called I was finally so sick of my own fears that I stopped being afraid. I was finally so sick of my own fears that I stopped being afraid. Are you a person who is really sick and tired of fear running your life? If you are, this is for you. If you are a person that fears that there is just no end to your fears, and that they will just never stop, this is absolutely the video log for you today. I want to share with you that prior to deciding last December in 2015 to embark upon this crazy experiment for the whole year of facing every fear I could and transforming it back into love, I had dealt with a good amount of fear and terror and anxiety. A lot of it was intergenerational trauma that was just kind of like passed down unconsciously, and my psychic inbox was nice and open, and I felt so much fear in the years that preceded this challenge. It didn't control my life, but I was very aware of it as a separate entity that was continuing to just really bother me. It started out as curiosity, and then I had to work through all the places where fear showed up, or I created fear in other people, or terror and anxiety. Lot and a lot of deep inner trauma work. And this year with this project has been very integrative to continue to write about it. I'll tell you what the breaking point was. The breaking point was one day I just realized that I had spent so much time in the fear place. And I also know that our culture has been in an ism of terror since, September 11th, 2001, with the Twin Towers going down. And in order to serve, I wanted to make these videos and the blog posts, which were a greater part of the earlier part of the year, into something that people could watch and put all of their own fears through. It peaked for me last November, October. I believe my partner and I had a fight that was fear-based. And I became so sick of my fears. I became sick of the way that my body felt. I became sick of the way that my mind stream felt poisoned by my fears. I was sick of the way that my heart beat fast at times. I think I've shared during the year, I had a lot of chest pains, and I decided that I couldn't tolerate it anymore. I literally couldn't tolerate it anymore. I mentioned earlier this week that the Dalai Lama said that when we become disgusted with our suffering, our samsara, which is the Sanskrit word for suffering, that is when the shift happens. He didn't exactly say it on those words, but it was something similar to it. So I became disgusted. I became so disgusted with the amount of life force, and I call it love force as well, that had been spent letting up fear. And it's not that I regret it, because I don't regret anything about the way I've lived, but I didn't want to live that way anymore. And so I had to get there by being willing to engage in all the fears, kind of a little bit of an ironic situation. So if you are a person who is absolutely sick of your fear, and you have explored it all and gone through all the machinations of it and either fought about it in your own mind or outside of you in relationships, or had to deal with it, sabotaging things, I want to invite you to let yourself get to the place where you're actually really sick of it. And usually the way I get really sick of something is to have more of it. So in a way, letting yourself feel the fullness of your fear in any area, naming it out loud, naming it out loud, naming it out loud. I remember one colorful discussion between my husband and I where we were exploring all of our fears about each other. And we would just say, I'm afraid of this. And then he would say, I'm afraid of that. And I would be like, well, I'm afraid of this. And I'm afraid of that. And it would just, like, it went on. We gave ourselves permission to do it. And after about 10 minutes, actually, we both started to laugh because it just became so ridiculous how afraid we were in that particular pocket of our relationship. And all relationships have pockets, as we all know. So let yourself get into the fear. Let yourself like really feel it to the point where you become disgusted, where you can no longer take it anymore. And then let's see what happens. And probably what you'll discover is that it will end, and there will be some process that will help you end it. And that is an exciting thing because then there's a different kind of living that really starts to begin. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. I so want you to be free of your fears on every level that is possible. It is possible. It is deeply possible, even if you can't imagine it now. But if you follow some of these little signposts that I'm offering today, I know it will shift, and it will shift in an amazing way. If you have private questions, you can always message me or let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.